Good morning. Okay, so this is going to be your get up and go routine. Take it as long or as short as you want it to be. But let's start assuming that you are just getting up in the morning first thing. You're going to do the big good morning stretch. Point your toes, spread your fingers, take that inhale, yawn, and reach and stretch. Exhale, let it go for a second, and then do it again. Inhale, point your toes, spread your fingers, yawn and reach and stretch. And exhale, let it go, and then just do it one more time. Inhale, point your toes, spread your fingers, yawn and reach and stretch, stretch everything out, and then let it go. Slowly spin yourself off to one side. Let's assume that you're sitting at the edge of your bed and just take a little gentle cat-cow just to get a little bit of movement into your spine. And then we're going to do a little lateral side yawning, reaching, stretch. So one hand on the bed, just reach and stretch. Take it to the other side, take a little reach and stretch. And then if you're anything like me, let's take a moment to just go potty, get back to it, get showered, get dressed, or whatever the work may be. And then we're going to take a little bit of stuff to get our feet and our hips and our upper body ready to go. All right, so let's make an assumption that you still have your shoes off. You're getting ready for your day. We're going to start in just a standing position, and you're just going to put one foot slightly in front of the other, and you're going to dome up the foot, scrunch it up, and then stretch it out. Dome it up, stretch it out, dome it up, stretch it out, dome, stretch one more time. Nice. And then switch, other foot forward, dome and stretch, dome and stretch, dome and stretch, dome and stretch. Switch back over to the other foot and just take a couple of ankle circles. A couple of ankle circles the other way. And switch, ankle circles. And reverse. All right, now we're going to take a couple of calf raises. And so I know that your calves may at the end of the day be a little bit sore, but we do want them to feel just a little bit alive, a little pumped up, ready to support your circulation. Reminder that the calf muscles are second heart, so it helps put that blood flow back up towards the heart. So go for one or two more calf raises. All right, and then just a little shake, little shake, little shake. And then maybe sit down, put your shoes on, totally up to you what order you take these things in. And then before you get going with the rest of your hiking day, you're going to take some nice big hula hooping circles, get a little bit of synovial fluid moving into the thigh bone hip socket, wake up that thoracolumbar fascia, wake up your butt muscles, wake up the back of the leg muscles. And then when you're ready, take it in reverse, go the other way. How many of these you do, go for whatever feels good. You've got whatever time available in the morning to get as much movement in so that you support the work on your hike. But of course, sometimes less is more. Step out a little bit wide and you're going to go into that lunge, push your butt back, go into your lunge, push your butt back, just getting a little movement into the knee and a little stretch into the inner thigh. All right, now go into that side lunge, stay there. Hands are going to reach across the knee, get a little bit of rotation, twist, look over your shoulder, take a big breath. Release nice and slow over to the other side. Bend your knee, push your butt back, a little twist, look over your back shoulder, take a nice big breath. And then release, come back to center. Take a second just to walk in and give your legs a little gentle shake. And now we're going to go into a little staggered lunge where that back foot heel is connected to the ground. And you're going to take a little bend and straighten. You want to feel like you're getting a little stretch into the Achilles tendon. Nice. One more moment there and then switch. Staggered lunge, heel connected to the ground, and then the back leg's doing the work, a little bend and straighten. Beautiful. One more bend and straighten there, and then just stepping in, little one arm up, one arm down. Just to wake up the shoulders, wake up the armpit chest, the pec and pec minor, upper back body. Wonderful. One more moment there. Step just a little bit wider and then go into just a little bit of rotation. Awesome. One more moment there, and then just take a couple of shrug and rolls of the shoulders. Reverse and go the other way. And then one last thing, just to get the brain involved. One forward, one back, roll in opposition. And then when you're ready, other one forward, other one back, roll in opposition. Makes your brain work just a little bit. All right, one more roll, and then just take it into a little bounce, a little shake, just to get the whole nervous system and your fascial system revved up and ready to go. Open and close your hands. And so when you're on your hike and your hands get a little bit swollen, it's very normal. You want to walk with a normal free swinging gait of your arms. So you're gonna, when you're walking, let them swing as much as they like to. And then you just do the cactus and you open and close your hands a couple of times. You take that and you just let it work itself out. The swelling of the hands when you're hiking, it's just a normal process. So we just kind of work it out. I always say that when we're walking and we're hiking, we're cactusing. I hope that helps. And then I'll give you a nighttime video next. So now you've come in from your long day of hiking and you're ready to like cool it down for the night. You'll want your single massage ball and possibly a chair from the hotel room or the edge of the bed or the wall. That's going to be totally your choice because we're going to start with a down dog stretch. So with your hands to a chair or to the wall or to the surface of the bed, you're just going to walk your butt back into that nice upside down tip sideways V. Put a little soft bend into your knees so you're not stretching out the backs of the legs too much. And then just let your shoulders stretch out, let your armpit chest stretch out. Take a nice big breath. All right, and then keeping one arm on the chair or the bed, you're going to let the other one dangle, and you're just going to let it sort of pendulum swing a little bit forward and back, a little circular motion, a little circle the other way, and then a little in and out. All right, and that hand's going to come back and you're going to let the other arm hang down, a little pendulum swing, a little circular action, a little circle the other way, and then a little in and out. Nice. And then let that arm come back to whatever surface you're working on and just take a couple of pedals of the legs just to kind of push back into your hips, get the backs of your legs feeling nice and open and stretched out. Cool. And then come up nice and slow. Now we're going to just roll the feet. Now, how deep you go into your feet, it's just going to be whatever feels good to you. How are your feet feeling today? You're going to start with that ball underneath your foot, and you're just going to roll the length of your foot. Nice. Now you're going to take it underneath your heel and you're just going to push down. And as you push down, you're going to just do a little lift and lower of your toes. And then give it a little pivot. All right, now take it into the ball toe mound of the foot. Heel connects to the ground. Press forward with a little body weight and lift and lower your toes. Awesome. And then just come back to that nice, good lengthy roll and work into it just as much as feels good. You can put forward body weight. You can just go all over the place. Blade edge, instep, heel, toes, go anywhere that feels good. And then we're going to get big toe into extension. So you're going to put your big toe so it's in that lifted position. Hold it in that lifted position and take your foot for a little walk. Just lift the heel up and down. My big toe, second toe tend to be in extension when I'm doing this work. So if you're like only my big toe, that's the one we shoot for. And the other ones just come along for the ride if they're there. All right, one more moment and then pass that ball over to the other foot. Take it for that lengthy roll. Excellent. Bring it underneath your heel, press down, lift and lower the toes. Press down, pivot your heel. Beautiful. And then bring it underneath the ball toe mound of the foot. Lift and lower the toes. Nice. And then go big toe into extension and take the foot for a little walk. Beautiful. And then take it for another good lengthy roll. And then, of course, if your feet are feeling like they need that little extra bit of work, you can go across the ball toe mound of the foot, go anywhere that feels good. You have all the time that you want to work through the bottom of your foot in a way that feels good. And then when you're ready, we're going to grab that ball and we're going to take it into the shoulders. When we do shoulders, we're going to go between the shoulder blade and the spine. We're going to go to the outer upper part of the shoulder blade, and then we're going to go to the shoulder head. So finding a wall, that's going to be your best place. Find a wall where you have a little space clear, and you're going to go in between the spinal bony prominences and the shoulder blade. There's a little groove of muscle there. So you're going to get that spot, lean into it just enough, and then just a little gentle work up and down. Now find a spot that feels good and just roll the shoulder. And then roll it the other way. Nice. And then come back to that up and down. Far up and down as you feel like going. Go anywhere that it feels good. All right, then we're going to take it right over to the other side. Same thing there. We're just going to go in between the shoulder blade and the spinal prominences. Find that new spot. And then roll it up and down. Find a spot that feels good to land on. Roll your shoulder. Roll it the other way. Awesome. And then come back to that nice up and down. Great. One more moment there and then lift off. Take a second just to notice and assess, make sure it all feels good. And now we're going to go into that upper outer portion. When we hit that spot, we do a little bit of movement with the arm. So you're going to find that spot, lean into it for a second, notice how it feels. And then you're going to take your arm and you're just going to go reach across and touch, open it out nice and wide. The next time it comes across, stay there and lift your elbow up and down just a little bit. Wonderful. One more moment there. Re-grab, get that ball and put it over to the other side. So we're up a little bit high above the shoulder blade area, a little off to the side. Find your new spot. Lean into it with as much pressure as feels good. And then we take that arm and we do a little open and close. You can do this shoulder work laying down on the ground, but you know, hotel rugs, questionable. So do what feels good to your body. All right, take that hand, bring it over to the shoulder, stay there, and a little lift and lower of the elbow. Nice. One more lift and lower, and then take a second, grab that ball, release, take a moment just to assess, make sure all that feels good. And now we're going to hit the shoulder head. So we're just going to be right onto the side of the shoulder. So you'll put it into the shoulder head. You're going to lean up against the wall, and then you're just going to do a little pivotal movement forward and back. Like you're just trying to roll the ball so that it rolls across the head of the shoulder. So we lean into it and then pivot the body. You keep the ball pinned to the shoulder and you move your shoulder head or you move your body a little bit. Stay with that just as long as you like. And just in the interest of time, I'm going to flip myself around, find that shoulder head, lean into it, hang there for a second, and then roll across it. You can also do shoulder shrugs. You can do rolling motion. You can do little uppercuts. You can do a little bend and straighten. Any little movement against the muscle group that feels good. Great. Take one more moment there. And now we're going to move it on down. So we're going to hit the low back area. So you're just going to kind of like take your hands and say, oh, if I said rough up your low back, that's the spot you're going to shoot for. You're going to go on one side, get that ball into place, lean into it just a little bit, and then swivel your butt a little side to side. Let the swivel come to stillness. Just lean into it for a second. Take a nice big breath. All right, and then we're going to lift off and pass it over to the other side. And again, you can go as long as you want on any of these movements that feels good. Find that low back spot, swivel a little side to side. Land on that spot for a second. Take a nice big breath. Nice. And then lift off. And last but not least, we're going to hit the side glutes. We're going to do it up against the wall. So you're going to get into the side of your booty muscles to get into that spot. Lean up against the wall. Lean into it. I like to clear my inner arm out of the way just so it kind of gives me plenty of space to kind of smush my glute into that ball. And then that leg that you're working on, just a little flap of the knee in and out. And then only if it feels good, a little up and down. Same thing here. Stay as long as you like. Do the work that feels good. And then when you're ready, lift off. And we're going to take it to the other side. So side of the glute, get into that side butt muscle. Lean into it. I like to clear my arm out of the way. And then that leg, just a little in and out. A little half butterfly flap. Awesome. And then if it feels good, a little up and down. Wonderful. Take one more moment just to find that little soft stillness. Take a breath. And then when you're ready, come on off. Little hula hoop action. Check in. How's everything feeling? Little hula hoop action. Check in. How's everything feeling? Roll your hands. Come back to your feet. Anything that feels good. Maybe even roll your jaw. All those things are available because you have your ball. And I'll do a little write-up so that you don't have to listen to this video repeatedly. So you'll just be able to go hit those points that feel good. I hope you have an amazing time. I hope